Okay.
Yeah.
So critical went to 1.51, which is about mid-range. Fear and greed index is at extreme greed. Damn, it's at extreme greed. Yeah, and that's about it. Almanac says that we're bullish. I posted it on freaking stock chat. We're bullish Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's about it, guys.
Oh.
Oh, we have FOMC minutes this Wednesday.
Yeah, what the minutes is just a recap of what they talked about.
Yeah, but we still get a lot of movement, right? Because on the Almanac, if you look, right, Wednesday is bullish,
Mm-hmm.
and then Thursday and then Friday. So I don't know, it must be good news because we're going up.
Bad news is good news.
Bad
Good
news
news
is
is good
good news.
news.
Good news is good news. News is good news.
You get it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think for market overview, the market had a strong start to July with the S&P hitting all-time highs and sentiment remained pretty bullish and positive, uh, despite the tensions and raising trade concerns and all that stuff. Even though market faced some pressure toward the end of the week with tariff escalations and tensions, at the end of the day, they end up pushing that deadline to August 2nd, right? So now all the concern that we had last week about tariff is no longer a real concern to a certain extent. And you can see like we're having a pretty bullish week as the S&P 500 hit a 1.72% increase. The Nasdaq went 1.5% for the week. Dow Jones climbed 2.3%. And what really is shocking here is the Russell 2000s. When the Russell 2000s is climbing 3.5% a week, that is showing that there's extreme euphoria. And if we could, we want to ideally try to catch some of that, right? So I think with earnings season being pretty dead and everybody looking for things to play, and then we'll also have FOMC minutes, which is just a recap over what they would be talking about last week. And last week, they pretty much said the same thing, like, they don't see, inflation being an issue right now. They don't see the GDP being an issue right now. And they're probably going to reiterate that they're going to try to aim for 2 cuts this year and most likely a July cut. And if the Fed provides a July cut, when's the FOMC date? July 29th, end of the month, right? So if they even guide that they're there to do a July cut, the market is probably going to be pretty bullishly pumpy. The other thing is they also came out and they somehow revised the jobless claim and job data to be super positive and bullish. So I think we have a lot of bullish catalysts, especially with the BBB passing. With the BBB, what that's gonna do is big picture is gonna increase government spending and it's gonna increase the debt ceiling, right? Which means it's gonna cause inflation to run rampant again between 2021, like how it was in 2021 to like 2022, where inflation was very high. I think that's gonna happen again. But this time it's gonna put pressure on the US dollar, which is gonna weaken our spending power. But that's good for the stock market. When our spending power is weak, when the dollar is weak, that means the best way to fly your money is in the market. And when inflation is high, companies are going to charge more money and they're going to have an excuse to charge more money. So Apple's going to be like, oh, we have so much inflation right now. I'm going to raise these iPhone prices to $2,000, So that'll probably be the kind of things that we'll see in the next year or so. And then the market forecast, we have S&P hitting all-time high. People are shifting money flow to Russells and Dows because those two tickers, as we discussed last week, those two sectors, in a sense, haven't hit all-time high yet. So there's a value in that. And then we also have the dollar index with the BRICS summit this week. BRICS is when the Asia side meet. and they talking about trying to use the Chinese currency. So that could be something interesting depending on how that play out. And fear and greed is that extreme greed. So what that means is that you fear it, everybody thinks we got the biggest bull market, and that only started last week, and they could last a little bit more. So I think we're still in the pretty early part of it. And based on that perspective, I would probably want to go into one of these stocks on my meme list, because I think these stocks have opportunity to run. They're small cap stocks. So, something like Lunar Intuitive Machines, or even something like Palantir, and that has opportunity to go as well. 48-minute MOB play there. What really looks good to me right now is SERV.
Sure.
I think this is a beautiful play, with the right entry around the MOB area, looking for a breakout. There's also NBIS, which is also a pretty beautiful play. We're back testing, a little bit here. You can see it move up to 55s from 50s right now. Another one is
NBIS looks good.
Yeah, they both look good. So SERV also look good. It's robotics play, right? Even RX kind of looks a little bit good here. So I think I would play from this list, Tommy, and I would recommend either SERV or NBIS or what is this other company? There's another gene editing company. Let me take a look.
I like NBIS.
Like CRISPR?
Yeah, CRSP. CRISPR. Yeah, so this is also another huge popular name. Very bullish, huge push up lately. Then on the rip,
NBIS had a 195 minutes buy signal. 48-minute already bottomed out.
Yeah, CRISPR is doing good. CRISPR is pushing. So,
actually, daily sell signal.
For SERV, it's at the MOB right now.
Yeah, I'll buy it right there.
So I guess I'll look at a 10-minute chart or something.
Yeah, look for the entry. Oh, also Ray, add this to our Wall Street bet list. EDIT. Buy that, like market price.
Alright, I'll buy it tomorrow. Yeah, with the remaining funds. I think we only have 140 left.
Yeah. That should be good, because that's a super cheap company. That's like a baby company. I think you can go 100%. Similar stuff as CRISPR, but as CRISPR runs further, this is gonna fucking catch the wave.
Oh, Editas. I remember that.
I think this used to be like a $30 company. Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be like $20, $30 company. So they have huge leg room to go.
That's a sell on SERV too for tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. Just monitor it and try to get the film open up tomorrow.
What do you think of
we should see some volatility, so should have opportunities.
Okay.
What do you think of 1075 or 1050 on SERV?
Let me
I think 10.
I think I have the limit at 1075.
Yeah, I think that's better.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind chasing it. I think we still got leg room till at least Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
We have FOMC minutes on Wednesday.
Yeah, I would have like a $3 push up, man. So pretty wide stop loss.
Yeah. What about so do you think it would be better to just keep one play from the meme list and then something else from
I think your AC/DC play was good. Keep that.
Yeah. Word.
Yeah. Anything else?
Cool. So we're gotta clean up the collective 2 list. So anything like beyond 3 months ago,
Yeah.
we gotta close it out.
Yeah, we gotta clean it out. Like just delete it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's pretty much it.
since Wilson's not here, I guess I can go over like the economic data and federal speakers. I think the biggest event is probably gonna be Thursday, which is the jobless claims at 8:30, and that's followed by what three Fed speakers on Thursdays. It's gonna be 9 a.m. and in the afternoon at 1:15 and 2:30. I'm not too familiar with how much of an impact they have on the market. And earnings wise, since the end of the earnings season, there's not many companies reporting their earnings. There is Kura Sushi, but a lot of these are like consumer products, like Levi's and like WD-40. Before seeing Amazon, I was gonna do this company, Helen of Troy. But they just make like container products, like the OXO products, OXO, and they also own Hydro Flask. I wasn't too confident on that because when I looked at our chart, it looked really beat up.
Yeah.
I checked some other ones like Conagra and like E2, but they also didn't seem too good.
Oh.
Delta's also on this list, but we've been like trying to avoid airlines, I think, because they haven't been doing very well.
Yeah.
So a lot of these companies I was hesitant about. So for this week, I'll just be doing Amazon. And for the rebalancing, only Datadog was announced on Wednesday, as July 2nd. And then on the very next day, they went up like went up like 13%, so it went up a lot already. But maybe it can go further because it hasn't reached like its high yet, which is like all the way up here at 196.
Wow.
Yeah, so maybe there's still more room. It's gonna affect on Wednesday, so 3 more days left.
Damn, went up 13%, man.
Yeah, 1 day.
Oh, it gap and go on Thursday, that's why. Oh, it went up even more on Thursday. Damn.
Overall, the market is still going up, so it's up 4.65% month to date. Compared to last week, is 4.41%. So still, market is pretty bullish, going up. This week's investing.com buy and seller is Amazon for buy for Prime Day, or Prime Day for this week. It's gonna start on the 8th, and I think it's going all the way until the 10th or 11th. The seller is for Tesla, and for the Amazon, I'm gonna do a 6% range as per stock earnings. I'm just gonna do a predicted first day move because
Wait, but they don't have earnings
Yeah.
though, do they?
No, it's just Prime Day.
Oh,
I
Okay.
checked the last year, it only moved like 4% on Prime Day
Oh.
for last year's Prime Day. I'm just gonna monitor it closely. Maybe I'll try to exit on the middle of the week.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so I have the buy set at, well, I wrote 222, but it's closer to like 221.75 on the 1 minute MOB.
I think the volatility will give it to us.
Yeah. And then I have, so the sell and stop loss is set at 6%. I'm gonna adjust the sell and stop loss. It's gonna be a couple points difference if I set at 221.75. But that's the plan so far.
I think 222 is good actually.
That was good.
Yeah, because it's a whole dollar drop, and I think like the MOB will probably move up in the morning too.
Okay, so I'll just leave it as is, and then I'm gonna enter the orders into collective 2 shortly and update the spreadsheet on Notion.
Okay.